There's no way to be a perfect mother and a million ways to be a good one. That's one of my favorite quotes about parenting and motherhood by Jill Churchill. I'd like you to keep that quote in mind as we discuss having a healthy mindset for pregnancy and motherhood. Protection through perfection. The culture of modern motherhood has become excessively critical. Mothers feel judged and responsible for every aspect of their child's behavior and upbringing. There's an underlying cultural assumption that if we parent perfectly, we'll have perfect kids, no tantrums, toilet trained by 2, and we'll get a future professional athlete or Ivy League student. We analyze our parenting with a microscope, trying to make sure every interaction helps to fulfill our child's highest potential. There's no sense of good enough. This is a far cry from the collective free-range parenting done prior to the 90s. The pendulum has swung from one extreme to the other. We somehow believe we can achieve protection from all bad things for our child through perfection, absolutely perfect parenting. Not only is this simply not true, but this cultural mindset makes parents walk a parenting tightrope. Whenever a child misbehaves, parents feel responsible for it. This reaction is reinforced when bystanders judge rather than empathize. Our children's behavior has become a statement about our own self-worth as a parent. In addition, we often unconsciously believe that if you make the slightest mistake, it will somehow mess up your kid. Before you have kids, it can be easy to make snap judgments about other parents. When we hear a crying child, it's easy to think, my baby's not going to behave like that because I'm going to be a better mother. You'll be a perfect mom and have a perfect baby, no tears and no tantrums. It's a wonderful fantasy to have. But then reality hits. You learn all babies cry, all kids throw tantrums. You learn how little control you have. We need a cultural correction where we allow parents and ourselves some grace. Our expectations for children's behavior has become unrealistic. Babies are supposed to cry. Toddlers are supposed to tantrum. Kids bite, they yell, they throw things. These behaviors are normal and are going to happen. Through parental direction, they can learn better ways to express themselves, but this takes time and what feels like endless repetition. This unspoken myth of protection through perfection leads to a great deal of parental stress and self-blame. It makes the parent feel responsible for every outcome. Are parents important? Of course they are. Can parents help their children succeed? Absolutely. But there is also so much we have little to no control over. Approach parenting with the mantra that you will do the best you can. You will make mistakes and also have successes. You'll educate yourself and find a direction that works for you until it doesn't. Then you'll change your approach. Don't look to your child's behavior as validation. That's too much to put on your child. Allow your child to make mistakes and practice not feeling responsible for them. Allowing your child to be their own person is one of the most important gifts a parent can give their child. Releasing yourself from this pressure to be perfect is the first step in lowering your risk of postpartum depression. You can practice it even before you have a baby. Whenever you hear a crying baby or see a misbehaving child, notice if you're blaming someone. Whatever the passing thought, notice if it has an element of judgment. If it does, practice giving grace instead. Imagine what it must be like for that mom in that situation, even if she appears to be doing nothing effective to make things better. Imagine the exhaustion she might be experiencing or how overwhelmed she might feel. This is empathy. It is connecting rather than distancing. By avoiding the habit of critiquing others, we can lessen our likelihood of doing it to ourselves. Having healthy self-dialogue, those inner thoughts, can greatly reduce your risk of developing PPD. The more you practice empathy with others, the more you will have for yourself. This fosters self-confidence, This is a wonderful gift you can model to your child. Becoming a mother is a very vulnerable position to be in. People, often strangers, seem to always have something to say about the way a person parents. New mothers can feel judged. I worked with a woman whose son was grown and had moved out, and she told me a story of a time she was walking outside with her baby when a complete stranger told her to put a hat on that baby. 25 years later, and she still remembered feeling instantly like a failure as a parent. A mother can remember every time a stranger comments about what they think she's doing wrong, particularly how it made her feel when she heard it. One has to wonder why people share their parenting opinions with strangers. Some of these people are well-intentioned. They likely see giving advice as a way of connecting with you or re-experiencing the delight of the baby years, and it isn't meant as criticism at all. Sometimes people are insecure with their own parenting skills and feel more knowledgeable when they're able to give other people advice. Or perhaps they like to show off the sage advice they have to offer. People without children may just be seeking inclusion in the parenting experience. They don't realize how painful or burdensome it can be to receive unwanted advice. The habit of giving parenting advice is so pervasive that it might have a biological basis. Perhaps the sharing of knowledge and opinion has provided a survival benefit to man. Maybe feeling judged helped keep moms on their toes. Nowadays, our knowledge of safety and child needs is much more highly developed. No mom taking this course needs a stranger to tell her what she's doing wrong. We tend to magnify the bad stuff and take for granted the good. Develop the habit of gratitude. Notice something you are thankful for each day. It can be something very small, a friend reaching out with a funny text, a delicious flavor you experienced, a sweet moment with your baby, or something your partner did that pleased you. Before bed, notice something that you are thankful for. Avoid avoidance. Do activities that feed you, not numb you. When you're depressed, it's hard to find the energy to do much of anything. However, spending long periods of time scrolling social media numbs you. It rarely helps you feel better. It's avoiding life. Limit yourself to how much time you spend looking on your phone. These activities can be addictive, especially when you're feeling down and want to escape. Set a rule for yourself when you will look at these apps and when you will not. Consider deleting apps that you know drain your time without improving your life. You probably know which ones these are. Perhaps you've had depression in the past. You know how dreadful it feels to be depressed. You're worried you're at a higher risk of developing PPD. Once someone knows what depression feels like and they've gotten over it, it can be extremely scary to have a bad day. It can remind you of your lowest moments. Fears crop up. Am I getting depressed again? People get on high alert, scanning for any evidence the depression is back. It can make someone spiral with worry. Thinking my depression is back is enough to really lower some people's mood. Seriously. So don't make it bigger than it is. We all know logically that anyone can have a bad day or two. We can all get overwhelmed. This does not mean your depression is back. So allow yourself to have a bad day and remind yourself it isn't any more than that. Allow yourself to feel sad without allowing the sadness to overwhelm you. A bad day is a reminder to do extra self-care. Reach out. Make yourself do some gentle exercise. Call a friend. Be outside for a while. Text somebody you care about. Take something stressful off your plate. To recap, as we learned from CBT, your thinking affects your mood. So your mindset matters. If you implement these many strategies we just discussed, you will be a lot happier mom. In the next lesson, we'll discuss the behaviors or actions you can take to add fulfillment and joy to your life.